Hey everyone, this is Fi. Today I'm checking out Ensue. This is part of the Reddit Feedback Friday. I've not seen this game before, and we're going to give it a playtest, see if we can give some useful feedback. Go ahead and get rid of that right away here. I just got the Reddit page open right now. I just wanted to read the little description that was written here. I'm working on a side-scrolling action platformer in which you control a strike zone trying to find its umpire. I don't even know what that means. Linked is a playable version of the prototype with a few levels that I envision being at the beginning of the game, followed by a very challenging tower level that is almost surely too hard to ever include in anything. I document some of the features of the game in the little instruction manual panel, but there's also a bit that I'd like for you to discover on your own. It's definitely recommended to play with a gamepad plugged in. I personally use an SNES controller, but a keyboard works too. I'd love to hear any feedback, especially if it has to do with the overall feel of the platforming. The artwork is certainly the least realized thing so far. For now, I'm focusing much more heavily on the gameplay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and bop over to this screen here. So this is a browser-based game. But he did mention the gamepad, so I'll turn on my Xbox controller here. See if we can... Looks like we got some battery. Popped up Steam there for a second. Right, so this is the game. I guess I've not seen any of this before. We got some stuff on the right. Controls. So this is giving keyboard controls. Modify bat angle. Modify bat angle. Right, jump, glove, bat, modify bat. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have to experiment with this a bit. Blue circles are balls, red circles are strikes. Getting hit by an enemy is worth 1 strike. Deaths are worth 1 out. 3 outs and you must start the level over by resetting. 3 strikes and you're out. 4 balls will reset balls and strikes to 0. Checkpoints will reset outs to 0 and act as save points. You must collect all 3 checkpoints before being allowed to leave the level. So there's some kind of a baseball-ish something going on here. I don't really know. Let's see if we can... Alright, so far I don't have any... Oh, switch to gamepad is up here. So I didn't notice that at first. I'm glad I saw that because it wasn't working. Okay. So it'd be nice if that was a little more obvious or something. I mean, I realize this is just a prototype at this point, so... Alright, so I pressed the X button and the right side of the screen has changed on me. That's interesting. I guess that's some... What is this all about? Is this so you can debug it, but can I like modify this and it would change the game? Because that would be pretty cool to iterate while it's running here in the browser. It's a cool concept. In any case, alright, we got jump on B. And the A is this brown. Oop. Y button did something. Oh, I guess Y is pause, but it doesn't show pause on the screen or anything. So it seems a little weird to me to have the B button on the Xbox controller be jump. Oh, looks like we got... I don't know why it jumps at different heights. But yeah, I would say I'd prefer it if the A button was jump on the Xbox controller, just because that's so common. And with that, probably if this is the action button on A here, I'd probably rather have that on X. So I'm wondering if this is like a Mario style jump of some sort. It looks like every third jump. Like if I jump and then jump 3 times at the right time and you get like a little height boost. It's sort of like the triple jump in Mario, I guess. Kind of weird though. Feels kind of weird. The left and right feels pretty slow. There's also a lot of inertia, which also kind of carries over in the air. You don't have a lot of air control. But we'll see how that kind of works out here. Okay, so we have blue circles are balls, red circles are strikes. So if I touch that, alright, so up in the top left, I guess I got a strike, then I got a ball. So I threw, oh, it turned into a strike. Okay. So as far as I can tell, I guess you pick up the blue ones, but you don't want to pick up the red ones. But when you pick up the blue ones, then you can throw it, but then it turns into a red one that will kill you if you touch it. So that's very confusing to me, actually. So I guess, oh, it's not coming out now. If I hold down and press this, it's only if I hold up and press A that this comes out. So I don't know what that I don't know what that means or what that's doing, because it doesn't. All right, let's see what happens if I do this. All right, nothing. All right, so I don't know if that's what it's meant to do. It says on the controls on the right, like the W and S, which would be the up and down. It says modify bat angle. So I would think, like if I do neutral and press, is there another button? No, there is another button. So the right bumper is making a little yellow box here. I don't know what that. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and click on reconfigure gamepad. Oh, okay. I was hoping this would show me like a whole. Wait a minute. Okay, so it's not waiting for me to input the thing. It's just kind of continuing on for some reason. Right, so I was hoping this would show me like all the controls as they're already configured, but I guess if we, for our trigger, I guess if we actually read everything that shows up here, we can kind of get an idea. It says something about like swipe, glove. So I guess it just kept the same controls I had because I didn't input anything while that was happening. Alright, yeah, so it's just very confusing. I'm not quite getting why this happens. Why I can seemingly throw or hit the balls upwards or something and they come out and turn into red. Oh, what? Oh, can I hit this now? So I picked up a yellow, which is, what is like a ball? Or it's a... Or balls. This only shows two things. Or, no, the blue ones are balls. I'm thinking ball as in like, in baseball, if you get a ball, it's different from a strike, but it's not like a physical ball, it's a, you know. So I'm kind of confused. So yeah, I don't know what these are. I'm guessing this is ball and this is strike, but then what is this and what are these? Then the other thing, 4 balls will reset balls and strikes to 0. So if you collect 4 of them, for whatever reason, I don't know. That's very confusing. So if I just walk up to this guy and, oh, I can pick him up and throw him. Well, that's different. I didn't expect that. So alright, that's gonna kill me now. I'm trying to figure out what happened before, because I did this and then what? I picked it up or something. Oh, that one actually came out at a different angle. So I don't know why I have yellow things. I don't... Okay. So it seems to be working, kind of, now. I don't know why, but... Oh, wait. Where did this red thing come from? That wasn't there a second ago. Was it? I don't think that was. So I don't know what happened there. Oh, and it stopped working. Something weird has happened. So now I can't throw this thing anymore. So right now I have to hold up and then it throws this. And then if I press it again, it like picks it up and then I can throw it at these different angles. But then now I have another strike, I guess. For some reason, like I don't know. Is it from like holding on to it too long or something? Yeah, if you hold on to it too long, it converts it into a strike. So that's something. Game over. Wasn't really expecting it to game over on me. I guess that means I have to just F5 the page, which is fine. So yeah, very confusing. I also don't... Ooh, I forgot that Y is pause. I also don't know what this one is. The yellow box. Oops. Just totally ran into that. I use the yellow box on this guy. Oh, it just launches him, I guess. But it launches him into me because he bounces off the wall. So that's weird. So yeah, these boxes, I will say, that in general I'm pretty confused about the overall gameplay, but I will say that these little boxes, as far as collision boxes go, they are very small. It's really quite finicky to kind of get so close to something without like actually running into it that you can hit something with the little tiny little box here. So I would consider making those bigger. But oh, so I guess if you hold on to this guy for too long, it'll hurt you. Yeah. Okay. But I can like do this kind of Mario style. Well, that time it killed both of them. The first time I did that, it only killed one of them, didn't it? So I'm not sure if that was intended. Oh, that was accidental, but I guess we've got that now. It would be nice. I think these are one-way platforms, right? Yeah, so it would be nice to be able to drop through these somehow, like hold down and press jump, something like that. That was dumb. Oh, you can hop and bop too. Right. Oh, and you can wall jump, I guess. But it doesn't really work because you don't have enough air control. So yeah, and it also doesn't. It only lets you do it once, I guess. Or does it just? Yeah, it looks like you only get one wall jump. Like they don't want you to. The developer maybe didn't want you to use it over and over again or something, which seems awkward to me. But yeah, you don't have enough air control to really. Well, I guess that I shouldn't. I mean, it's not necessarily wrong to make it so you can't climb up walls like this. Like if you only want to do it so that you can go left to right. I've heard of developers doing that with wall jumps before. That being said, I think it just makes a lot of sense and just feels good to be able to like wall jump and then go forward like this, which you kind of can in this case, but it just doesn't really quite feel right. But in any case, yeah, I would suggest making the I would make the horizontal speed a little higher, add more air control, and I would also reduce the inertia in general. Inertia is kind of a bad word to me for a lot of games. Obviously not every game, but in general, like less inertia in like a platformer specifically. Less inertia is just more responsive controls. And I generally point out like Mega Man, the Mega Man games have zero inertia on their controls, so it's a good example of a game that has very tight and accurate and action heavy gameplay. Oh, okay, a little secret or something. I guess this is just a little secret. All right, this guy's a different behavior. So what? I don't. Oh, I can swipe this thing. Oh, I tried to hit tried to hit him with this, but oh my gosh. And I don't like how you can hurt yourself by smacking these into a wall and then you get whacked by it. That's just, it seems like it's just needlessly punishing you. So yeah, I'm really confused about for one thing, we're like picking up and throwing these enemies and doing that, and then there's these little circles. And it just seems like two different things that are somehow similar, but I don't really understand why both things exist in this world. It looks like I can just jump on these, or I could just ignore them even, based on the level design here. Well, not in this case, because I have to hit that switch maybe, at least to go up there. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Sometimes I do that. I press the buttons that I think the control should be mapped to instead of what they actually are. And I do notice this little thing right here. It's like barely visible. So that made in the top left here, this is like one less. I don't know why. What is that? I don't know. Well, I just okay. So now I have three of the strike things, I guess, but I didn't die. I don't know why. What does this mean? It looks like a little base, I guess. Something to do with this baseball theme. Oh, that was weird. Okay, what does that mean? Oh, okay. So if I if I press in both of the R and L triggers, then I stop moving horizontally. Or I can't move horizontally anymore. So that's a bit odd. Oh, am I supposed to find all the check mark boxes? I thought those were secrets. I can't really... Alright, what is even the button? I'm forgetting which button does what. Okay. Alright, yeah, those hitboxes are really unforgiving. So why would I want that red plus thing? Don't understand what it's doing. Yeah, I don't know. You got the blue thing. Kind of thinking like I'm not supposed to actually touch these. I don't really know. Or it did say if you get 4 balls, then it resets balls and strikes to 0. So I guess they could be good. I guess that would be why like I reduce the number of them, because that means I don't need to get 4, I only need to get like 2 or 3. Something like that. Yeah, that seems to be the case. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to find all these checkbox things, but I thought that they were secrets because they blend into the background extremely effectively. Oh, there it is. Okay. There you go. See, I went past it so many times. So yeah, if that's the actual point, like the object of the level, I wouldn't hide it like that. I don't know if that was intentional. But I would actually make that very prominent rather than hidden, because it's barely visible to me on my screen here. All right, that seems like it was it. All right, so I think I'm kind of figuring it out, except for I don't understand why the ball can be converted like this. Like I'm almost wondering if that's like some kind of a debug thing or something that was maybe it's just some kind of advanced feature for advanced players. I don't know. That's confusing to me. But I guess we avoid touching the red circles and we can pick up the blue ones because they can keep us from dying. And then there's enemies. Just kind of weird. Like I'm mostly confused about that whole idea where you can, oh, that was weird. That looked kind of like a buggy interaction with the environment here. But I think I was mostly confused by this, because that was kind of like the first thing that I did is make these things pop out. It's just very confusing to me. But if that didn't exist, then I think the rest of this game would have made more sense to me, because I guess just figuring out the idea that, oh yeah, you only get 1 wall jump. I don't really like that. Also don't think that this level design is quite working, because you have a wall jump, but like it's not enough to reach the other wall here. I guess it's like barely enough in this case here, but I would consider making that a little more effective here. So there's a bunch of enemies down there, but I think I can bypass them. Just have to kind of try not to touch that red thing. Oh, yeah, see the horizontal movement is not particularly powerful here. Okay, so I just remembered, I've forgotten already that we're supposed to get these checkmark things, but because I wasn't keeping that in mind the whole time, I'm worried that I might have gone past 1 or 2 of them. Because they're nearly invisible. I'm having trouble getting that. That did not help. Getting that 3rd jump. Do you have to be moving forward? I guess that's the case. It checks to see if you're moving. I thought you could do it in place, but you can't. Oh, that worked. So yeah, it's kind of a frustrating design to have this sort of level where it goes up and then it kind of goes back and forth and kind of snakes its way up because of course if you fall down then you have to go through the whole thing like over again, and that in general is a pretty frustrating concept. I'm noticing there's a gray thing up here above me which kind of looks like a button, maybe. If I do this, wait, I don't have any ball things, so I can't do that. Maybe that's some kind of secret or something. I also remember you can't hold on to these guys for very long. So that's the thing I would, if that's meant to be a mechanic here where you're not supposed to hold on to the guys for too long, I would add some kind of a visual cue to show you that the guys like, maybe make him just like struggle or something, just make him shake back and forth, something like that, so you can kind of see that like he's about to, you know, break free and hurt you or something like that, just to give the player that kind of feedback so it doesn't just kind of happen and they get surprised. Oh, that's hard not to touch. Alright, so I do have ball things, so I'm gonna go back here. I can try not to fall, because that would be pretty annoying having come this far. Alright. Oh, it landed on the platform thing, but it's all jerky. So yeah, I was hoping that would trigger this, what I assume is a button up here where it's gray, but that didn't. So I'm not really sure what would. I guess one of the ball enemies could do that, but I don't. I mean, I guess I guess I could, in theory, get one over there. It doesn't seem like it's worth the effort. I'm guessing it's just gonna like move that platform that's underneath this stage over there and allow me to get one of those power up type things. So yeah, I got to the end, but I didn't get any of the check boxes, and I didn't notice any of the check boxes. So it's kind of unfortunate because, as I mentioned, they're nearly invisible. So I don't know where to start looking. And it seems like it's going to take a long time now because I went through the whole level and didn't get any of them. Oh, see, I just got that one. I could not see that whatsoever. I would have kept on running. I didn't see it. I can't duck. I want to duck under that. And yeah, so I can't go down through this platform. I mean, I can jump down here, but it'd be nice to be able to just drop down instead. Alright, ball enemies. Is there a thing? Trying to look for those check boxes. This is kind of an annoying situation because the way everything's placed, there's not really a very safe way for me to approach this. To get around everything, my abilities aren't that great, so. I guess this is the start, but I haven't seen any more check boxes. Oh gosh, yeah, it's pretty unforgiving. I mean, there must be. Sorry about the notification sound there. I forgot to mute Facebook. But I must be somewhere closer to the beginning. More of these check marks. I don't know where to look though, because I was kind of already looking. Oh, I can see one from here. Okay. So I don't know, maybe this is more visible on your screen than it is on mine. I don't know. Oops. So that's only 2. Oh, there's an enemy here now. I guess I must have killed this guy before, like a long time ago. Which... Oh, he doesn't hurt you if you... Wait, if you run into him. Okay, he does hurt you if you run into him, but after I threw him, it didn't hurt me, so... So this platform doesn't go out much further. It's not giving me a lot of leeway here to get down onto it. Oh, and this... It's hard with the... You gotta just barely go off the edge there, but... I didn't get off it. Oops. Ooh. That was silly. Alright, that's easier. Alright, so I got that. But... So yeah, that part where there's an enemy and you could trigger the switch thing above it. I guess it doesn't matter if it's just like a little secret type thing. But I was thinking it was kind of unfortunate that I ended up just kind of killing the enemy and then not knowing what to do about it. But yeah, if it's just meant to be a secret, it doesn't matter. Oh, I see it, I see it. Yay, okay. Now I just have to not die. Alright, so yeah, those are really tough to find, unfortunately. Oops, just ran right into that. Oh, that was unfortunate. So, you don't jump very far, so that was pretty unforgiving. Just those 2 little strike things in that position. I guess I can do the triple jump. I don't think it's a great idea to like force that if that was the idea. Just seems a little counterintuitive to be required to use that. So I can, oh, again, those hitboxes are very, very small. So it's a little weird that you take, there's a pretty obvious effect if you take damage from touching an enemy, but if you touch one of these red things, there's like no effect. You don't have the hit stun or anything that happens, or the invincibility frames, even though it's equivalent, as far as I can tell, to taking damage, so that seems a little odd to me. Yeah, those hitboxes are tiny. Phew, okay. I guess I can get over that. Barely. If I go down, do I just die? Oh, I guess not, okay. I don't know if there's any falling deaths. Maybe there's no falling death in this game. It is nice if the camera can show you, oops, if you're gonna fall down and what's down there, so you don't have to make blind jumps. But hasn't really been a huge problem so far. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any of the little checkboxes, so probably missed one or two already. Oh, there is falling death. Okay, so yeah, that's it. All right, this would kill me. Yeah. Oh, it's a game over too. I forgot you could game over. So it doesn't like show lives or anything. Unfortunately, I think that's gonna actually bring me back to the start, which is okay. But yeah, if you have falling deaths like that, it's really for one, it's a good idea to make it obvious that if you if you go down there, it's gonna kill you. It's not just like a place you could go, especially since there was that one spot there that kind of looked the same, but like I went down there and it was just like a floor down there, so it's like misleading that jumping in one of these pits could either be like okay or could just lead to your death. The other thing is what I mentioned about if there is a place you can jump down to like have the camera kind of work with you so you can actually see where you're jumping, so you don't just jump, you don't jump onto an enemy or I mean like something that would hurt you, or jump to your death thinking that it was just going to be a place you could go or something like that. So this stuff you kind of have to work around. But yeah, I'm not gonna keep playing through this really. I'm probably gonna wrap this up. I would have liked to, I guess, see the other levels, but it ended up being a little bit time consuming. And again, I game overed. I wasn't really taking it seriously, but I don't remember if it was mentioned how many levels there were. But yeah, I think I eventually kind of figured out the game, how you are essentially avoiding the red circles, picking up the blue circles if you can. They don't seem necessary. And that's kind of a weird, I guess, a unconventional concept to do that. And then more conventional is dealing with enemies. I do like that you can pick up and throw the enemies, kind of Mario 2 style. That's always a fun mechanic. And then the other aspect, I guess, is just finding the checkboxes, which is weird to me. I don't really understand where that idea came from, if it was meant to be hidden or whatever. I don't really care for that, I would say. Just looking for these things that barely show up. But I guess if you make them like super visible instead, then I could understand that you could like stick these in some areas that you kind of have to work to get to, and that could kind of be a at least sensible sort of mechanic. Either way, you kind of end up in a situation where you can get all the way to the end of the level and then like find out you didn't find one of these things, which is pretty annoying because that means you have to backtrack and then you have to wonder, where is it if it's all the way back in the beginning. So that sort of thing can be kind of annoying. So that would be something to consider, to think about if that's something you want to deal with. And yeah, there's that whole thing where you can convert the blue the balls into strikes, and then you can like pick them up and throw them. I don't know, maybe that's even a bug or something for all I know. I don't. That was just confusing to me. So yeah, hopefully this was useful to you. I do think, and I know you asked about the platforming, so I do think it would be a good idea to look at like the horizontal speed and the inertia and stuff like I mentioned, the air control. Make things a bit more zippier, make you feel a little more in control. So you don't do stuff like I just did there, where you just kind of stupidly run into things because you didn't set yourself up beforehand to make a good jump. Oh yeah, and the hitboxes. See, this is all stuff I already mentioned, but hopefully that was useful to you. Gonna go ahead and wrap this up, but let me know if you have any questions for me, and I will see you in the next video.